recording. All right, we are now going. Go ahead and say a couple words, ladies.
Hey, what's up?
Awesome. All right, Dr. Anabunda here with Health Rebellion. We're actually creating this podcast, this video podcast as well, really to bring in health providers, people that are in the wellness industry that are creating change and looking at things outside the box. And it's been really cool getting to know you ladies. You guys are... and so who we have here is Flexy, is the name of the company. We have Mallory and Asia. And I just want to first say that these two ladies are incredible. They've done some of our health and wellness, our happy hours with us, and been huge advocates for what we do. And I'm a huge advocate for what you do. And I think it's just incredible the entrepreneurship that you guys are bringing into Kansas City, and now you're venturing even outside of that just because of things that are happening right now. Mm-hmm. But these ladies really are. I mean, it's just when we try to find partners in an industry, it's not always easy to create something that actually is very congruent. And I think that we've been able to find that. And I mean, just what you were doing in the community, just your passion, I think is incredible. So we're going to be going through and sharing with our listeners, with our viewers, really who you are, because I think that the backstory of how we become who we are, how we create business, I think is just as important as the business itself. And people want to hear that. And so that's why we've created the Health Rebellion, not only to talk about topics that's happening, out there with our health and our wellness, but really about who are the entrepreneurs that are thinking outside the box, that are bringing health and wellness to our homes, to our community. And so, we are here. So I'd love for you both to kind of introduce yourselves a little bit, who you are, and we'll start from there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Asia, Asia James, co-owner of Flexy, co-boss babe, whatever you want to call us. And personal trainer, business owner, dog mom, I don't know.
All
that's
things in between.
Me. Yeah, that's me.
That's the important stuff.
Highlights.
Yeah, and I'm Mallory Jansen, again, co-owner, co-boss lady, whatever you want to say, personal trainer, all that stuff, and I'm a mom, but not to a dog, to like a real human.
A real human, which is always good. I mean,
whichever one you think is harder, I don't know.
You've got two dogs,
that's
got to be comparable.
Yeah. I mean, being a dad of 4 children and a dog owner, so I've got both.
Lord.
Yeah, you're winning.
I will say that both are quite difficult at times.
Yeah.
I mean,
No. I'm sure having a child is much harder. My dogs I can leave at home. And
that's true. I can't put Jaden in a cage legally.
Yeah. Well,
I don't ever
actually,
Jaden never goes in a cage.
We might need to start the podcast over.
And rewind. No. So, this is good. I love how this is starting already. But your son is like...
He's my favorite.
He is the most... And I was going to say, I mean, just watching on Instagram and Facebook, just a little kid. I mean, this kid is adorable.
He's pretty freaking cute.
Yeah.
If I can say that.
And be honest with me, do most people follow you because of him or because of you?
It's definitely transitioned for sure. And people will literally tell me that. They're like, can you not be on your story as much so I can just see your son more? I'm like, all right.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I'm totally fine with that.
It's fun. I mean, and that's actually one of the things that I love about doing, just sharing, my family. I think that's my heart. The reason I do what I do is for my family, as I'm sure is for you guys as well. But I really wanted to get out and kind of help people understand, your passion project, your company. And if there was even like one of those aha moments, I always say, there's a moment in everybody's life, especially in entrepreneurship, where it's like, this is the route that I want to go. This is why I want to do it.
Right.
But I want to hear from you guys. I'm sure everybody wants to hear from you. What really brought you into this field, and was there that moment? I mean, because on top of that, you guys are partners. It's not just one of you.
Right.
And so to have a double aha moment that meshed so well, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. I mean, it's all it's been a little bit of a wild ride in a good way. I think just unexpected how everything kind of transpired. Because Asia and I didn't know each other at all. I mean, strictly knew each other on social media, and that was it. We were both doing different things, and that was like, hey, I'm kind of working on this project. Do you want to work on it with me? Just because, we had seen each other on social media and saw that we were at least working towards similar goals. So then we were looking at gym spaces because naturally that's what a gym owner or a person in the fitness industry seems to like lean towards is, you know, owning a gym. So we started looking at spaces, and each of these spaces was a minimum of $5,000 a month just to like turn the key. Right. And we were like, do you have $5,000? No? That, okay.
I don't know how we're gonna do that.
Yeah. So we were both like, let's figure something else out. And then also we love Mark Cuban. And Mark Cuban always talks about if you can stay away from brick and mortar, if you can find something that brings in revenue in a different way, then like try that. So we started to think outside the box and went from there. Yeah.
And Mallory's more of like, we balance each other out really well because I'm more of like, let's slow down, let's like make sure everything's perfect before we do it, and she's like, let's just do it right now, let's go. So we really like meet in the middle on everything. So when she was like, okay, I don't know if getting a gym space is the best idea right now, I was like, oh, thank God you feel the same way, because I was kind of freaking out that you were gonna want to do it, and I was gonna be like, oh God, how are we going to do that? So I feel like when things like that happen, we know we're on the right track because we're like right in the middle of like getting the gym space was going to be a little too crazy for us at that point. And right now, or when we were doing that, where we landed ended up being the best place for us, which was training out of the apartment complexes that we were already training out of. So just growing that instead of actually opening a physical space. And that has been our business model, and it's worked extremely well for us. And it's kind of our thing now.
Well, so basically, just to kind of reiterate, you go into apartment spaces and locations that already have gyms. And then you're training. Is it just the residents there, or how does that work?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the space, but anybody who has access to the space, we can train, whether it be the employees or the residents. And some of the locations, like Power and Light, for instance, they let us bring in other clients just because then that shows off their space, right? Absolutely. So they kind of get free advertisement in that sense, which is actually proven valuable to them because we have had people who didn't live there move into the space. But yeah, that's basically what we do. So it's
What's your commission on that one?
right.
We get a free apartment.
And now there's like new business idea.
It's the gym space. I think that's our commission.
I guess.
But yeah, so it's apartment complexes, hospitals, commercial facilities, anything that has a gym space that's vacant, we staff that with the personal trainers, the yoga instructors, whatever fitness provider we can really, again, staff that space with. That's kind of what we do.
That's really cool. And do you limit your kind of the radius of where you work, or is it you kind of go where the need is?
Yeah, I mean, we try to go where the need is without having to have one of our trainers drive like all over the place, but we don't limit it in the sense of like we're not going to go there. We just figure out how we're going to make that area work. So if it was Overland Park, we happen to have a trainer move out to Overland Park, so that's worked really well for us. We've got like North Kansas City on the radar and other places like that, and it's really just organizing our trainers to be able to get there. But we're also in Springfield, Missouri and Tulsa, Oklahoma. And for those, it was just finding a trainer there.
This is incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's really, there's no limits. It's, like I said, Mallory is the like, we can do it. We can go everywhere. And I'm like, okay. And then it ends up working.
I'm a lot like you. I've got that perfectionist side of me. And I'm learning in my own career of letting some of that go. I mean, it definitely can hold us back. And I think it's incredible that you have a partner that obviously is able to drive and even push you kind of outside of your own boundaries. Which is kind of in a way what you guys are doing even through your own company for people and individuals is you're helping to push them outside of their own boundaries and to help them kind of on their wellness journey and their health journey. Give me a few things that I guess that you do specifically for people. Because in learning what you guys have done, it's more than just working out, right? Because that's what we think of gyms, the brick and mortar, which I think is incredible that you guys thought outside the box with that, because it really, that boxes you in. And like I said at the beginning, we're looking to interview people and to get the word out there and the message out there of how we can think outside of the box and kind of the literal brick and mortar box that you're in. Because, you know, speaking in the times of where we're at right now, even with coronavirus and all these different things, I just think of people that are within that box right now that they necessarily can't continue to work and function. And now I guess y'all are even thinking outside the box of what you can do. So that kind of leads me, so 2 questions. Number one, I go off on tangents sometimes, but what you do specifically for your clients, besides just the workouts, because I think you guys have a really cool concept in what you do besides just that physical workout. Share a little bit about to people that are listening and watching what that is.
Yeah, I think our goal in general is to just help people understand that you're amazing as you are already. Instead of focusing on, I'm only going to be amazing when I have a 6-pack. Like, that doesn't make sense, because what if you never get a 6-pack? Are you not amazing? You know what I mean? So it's it's like helping people understand that you're a really great person already. So how do we just like improve upon that? It's more of like a self-development thing versus like just a fitness journey. And then it's also helping people realize that it's a lifestyle. So baby steps are important in establishing a true lifestyle. So what are we going to do today? I remember specifically Asia one time, she's got a client who occasionally can be a little difficult in implementing things. So she was like, let's start with 2 glasses of water a day. And then go from there. And I was like, that's really powerful, because then you just show how simple it is to actually make improvements, you know? So we really focus on meeting people where they're at and then helping them understand that it's more than just a 6-pack.
Yeah, and connecting with our clients, that's a big thing that I think we're just naturally pretty good at doing that. We connect with our clients on a different level. We try to convince. We don't have to convince. to convey that.
I will say that I've been in the health and wellness industry now I was a personal trainer, okay? Yes. I was a personal trainer. I just became a chiropractor. I now, I run and operate, a regenerative clinic. But when you say convince, now you have to be careful, because it's not about tricking people.
Right.
But there is a power of influence.
Right.
That
helping people understand.
Yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes people do need a little bit of convincing. Because, I can tell you my own heart of the number of patients that I've helped or even not helped. The biggest thing for me is like, if you just did this, this could change your life.
Yeah.
And it's like, can I convince them about this?
Yeah.
It's almost like convincing them to believe in themselves and to trust you and your knowledge. Like, I really didn't mean to say convince, but if that's the word that came out, we can convince people. I was actually going to talk about our trainers. I was going to say we try to convey the connection that you need to have with your clients to our trainers. I guess we can convince them of that too, but just telling them that like your clients aren't there only to work out with you, and if you don't have a connection past meeting them at the gym, they probably are going to stop. And all of our clients that we've had have been not all of them, but the ones we currently have are long-term clients. And sometimes we talk about how our sessions are more than working out. It's almost like a therapy session. Like, we know so much about these people. We know like the good stuff, the bad stuff. We know what's going on in their family life, their dating life, everything. We're like therapists that are probably not qualified to be therapists or give any type of advice, but other than fitness advice. But we have to have our trainers be on that level too, because we aren't those hardcore, like, you're going to be going to a competition and lifting all this in front of people. We're not those trainers. We're the trainers that are helping your lifestyle develop in a healthy way, and we're here for you.
It's sustainable, and I'm here for you. Like, it's more of like a friendship connection versus just like, let's get you some biceps. Even though that's part of the journey too.
Well, and that's what I've loved about getting to know you, is that your business what takes, I think, a business from good to great really is the extension of who you are as the owners, being able to build that up out into your staff and to those that work with you. And that's what I've always said about the companies that I've been a part of, is that if we can create a connection of ourselves and instill that into, whether it's an office manager or another provider, another trainer, I think that really is what takes us from good to great. And I think that you guys are doing an incredible job at that. I really do. And I haven't met all of your trainers, but for you to be growing and expanding even into multiple cities, that just speaks extremely highly of what you guys are doing. And I think that's amazing. And I hope y'all are listening to that, because these ladies really are incredible.
Coming to your city.
Coming to a city near you.
Yes. Flash that on the screen right now.
I can do that. I can edit. We can make that thing happen. So,
and now. If it's not there, I'm going to be sad.
I'll make it happen. I promise What have been some setbacks for you guys?
I think we don't necessarily consider things setbacks. Not to say there aren't things to overcome, right? Because there's always things to overcome. But I think because we're in the mindset of it's going to happen, like we're going to make it work, we don't necessarily think of them as challenges for sure.
Yeah.
But like for instance, when I got pregnant, it was very much a surprise. I was a little terrified to tell Aisha. I sat her down at a coffee shop and I'm like, oh my god.
It's like you're breaking up.
I was like my palms are sweating, and I don't really get super nervous about much. But telling her that, I think in my mind I wanted to quote unquote convince her that I was in it for the long haul, and just because I was pregnant didn't mean that things were changing, and it didn't mean that they would change or evolve, but we weren't going to stop. You know, more than anything, it was going to be something that pushed us forward faster because it was like there's a real baby coming and I need to be able
support.
To exactly. So I think when she was convinced that I was staying,
it didn't take much convincing. But it took a minute for it to soak in. So we figured it out.
I think stability of situations also is always a factor, right?
Absolutely.
So if things would have been more stable, then she may not have even been concerned at all. You know, it was just realizing that there was a little bit of instability and how are we as partners in all of this going to progress through it? So
it's always just figuring out how we're gonna make it work, you know, like at the beginning, before you were pregnant, we were trying to figure out how to make things work, how we were both gonna pay our bills when we were just creating a business. And so many people have full-time jobs or something like that while they're creating a business, so they have that other income. This was all we were doing. So at some point I was like, look, I gotta go make some money. So I went and worked at a restaurant coffee shop thing. But we gave ourselves a number, and it was once we make this amount each month, which was still not enough to cover what we needed. It was I'm gonna leave there, and we're just gonna do this, and we're just gonna make it happen. The day that I got the clients that put us over that number, I was like, okay, I gotta go across the street and quit my other job real fast. I'll be back. And they were literally what?
Don't do that.
So
awesome.
it's just making things work and just knowing I think that's the biggest thing for us. It's never been a side job to us or an option. We're both just we said we're gonna do this and we want to do this. We don't really have a choice. We're gonna make it happen. And all the people that are oh, well, is this your full-time job? Is this your real job? We're what kind of question is that? Yes, this is all we do. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and we've made it 8 other people's real job too.
Yeah.
Which is really awesome. And that just, to me, it shows the heart of what you guys have and the passion for what you do. What I think is cool, and for people that are listening that are understanding more about your story and building this and how you've gotten to where you're at, everybody does see the surface. And I can tell you can look on your Instagram or your Facebook and oh, they're so happy. They've got all the, it's great. They've got followers, that all these different things, but it's what we see on the surface, but nobody ever gets to see all that hard work that happens behind closed doors. And I think that's what people want to know, because to me, I will connect and I will work with somebody that I know that they've actually put in the time, they've put in the effort, it's not an easy go. And I'll tell you, anything that's great is not easy. And I think that's the biggest thing that people need to understand. And because you've had to go through those hard times, you guys give even more of your own hearts and express that to your employees, so that you can then give that to the community. That's so powerful. That's so awesome. So
we kind of like it.
Kind of like it. So what else? I guess we've already gone through your primary message. I'm looking at notes because I want to make sure that I get everything out here. But if you could give anybody right now just some advice, some bits of information. Well, actually, before I do that, you guys are changing things up a little bit right now because of what's happening with the coronavirus. We're not getting into groups of people. Share with people what you are doing, how they can contact you and get information, because again, it's in times of adversity that we have to transition, we have to change, and it's the greats that actually can make that change. And you guys are doing that, which I think is so cool. Yeah, I'll keep giving you guys compliments because you're awesome.
That's great.
But you really are. You're transitioning. Again, even though it's not brick and mortar, you're in places. But now, even within, the apartment complexes, people can't gather.
Right.
So what are you guys doing?
Closed.
Anybody that's listening or watching right now, what can they do to be connected with you? To maybe decrease some stress in their life.
Totally.
We need movement. I've always said motion is life. If things stop moving, we die.
Yeah.
I mean, straight up. That's what happens.
True.
So yeah, share a little bit about what you're doing in your transition, which I think is going to blow your company up even more. But how they can contact you and kind of your plan right now during kind of this quarantined coronavirus scenario. Yeah.
Well, first things first. info@itsflexy.com is our email, and itsflexy.com website. It's.flexy is our Instagram name. So find us on all those. You can message us wherever. We will answer. I think my favorite thing that we're doing is the Pay What You Can virtual classes. They're like live streamed classes. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. and noon. We are live streaming either a fitness or a yoga class, and it's a pay what you can model. So we are really excited about this because people that can chip in if they want to and if they can, and people that are having a really rough go right now with all of the financial issues that come along with this stuff, you can take the classes for free. And we want you to take the class for free. It's not like I can't pay, I can't do it. It's like, pay what you can. It'll all wash out in the end, Like if you make some money later and you want to come back and chip in, cool. If you want to take all the classes for free, also cool. Like we want to be here for you. We want to keep people moving, and we want to give an option that, one, is there for these people that need it right now and that are stuck at home, and two, can help to keep our business, but mainly our trainers going. So that money isn't really like going into our pockets. We just want to be able to pay our trainers while they're also stuck at home and their clients have canceled. So pay the trainers, keep them happy, keep them going, but mainly keep the clients happy and people that we haven't been able to reach before through these virtual live stream classes.
Right, yeah. And it's been fun to see that a lot of our trainers, most of their clients are willing to continue their sessions online. That's awesome. Yeah, that's been really great too. So to have that type of commitment is amazing from not only the clients, but our trainers too. Like they trust us in this process to create something that will keep them stable too. Yeah. Another really cool thing is, the first part is bad, second part's good. Most of our communities have shut down all of their resident spaces, all of them. So that's the bad part. But the good part is we're still creating some normalcy for them in that all of their classes, again, are online. So Power and Light, Sky on Main, all of those places, if they have regularly scheduled classes, we're just doing them online. That's awesome. The residents can do them in their classes. So again, it just like implements a little bit more normalcy when everything's a little bit chaotic. So that's, even a good sell to like future communities is that we will help you sustain things throughout turmoil. So
we also have we have a lot of stuff. We also have an 8-week in-home program.
Okay.
So it's 8 weeks worth of 6 days a week, 5-6 days a week workouts that you can do in your house with very little space and zero equipment. So and that gives you a little bit of accountability too, because we can see it on the other end. So if you are not really doing it, we can like give you a little nudge or check in and see how things are going, see if you're having a hard time, chat with you if you need to. So
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we have options for anyone. And some people don't like to feel like they're like in a class. Like I know some people don't like that. So the program is a really good option for them.
Yes.
Very nice. Awesome. So again, you can reach them at info@itsflexy. Right? .com?
Yeah.
Perfect. And before we finish here, the name Flexy.
Yes.
So where did that come from?
Yeah.
Were y'all just like standing in the mirror one day and you're like, oh, look at
No, it actually originated a long time ago, I was coaching classes actually in Lenexa, and I would take pictures of the class at the end, and I was like, everybody get Flexy, and they would all just like flex it out, whatever. So then when we were rolling out programs, Flexy was one of our programs.
Okay.
And then we just turned it into our whole business model, because basically what it is it's flex and sexy combined.
Okay.
And flex is the physical aspect, right? And that's most people's goal when they come in. And then the sexy part to us is the mental aspect that comes into it. It's the confidence side of things. It's the looking in the mirror every day and you're like, I feel good about myself already.
Right.
You know, so it's really that healthy mental space for us is the sexy part. So Flexy is kind of where we met in the middle, and we were like, let's roll with it.
Yeah.
That is so good.
And all of like our OGs, which we didn't change our name that long ago, but our name was Flexy Body Babes.
Right.
Gotcha.
So in expanding to different cities, and we were always getting the question, do you guys train men also, or is it just women? So we cut it down. We wanted to keep Flexy because it means something to us.
Right.
It grabs your attention.
Yeah.
It really does kind of encompass what we stand for.
Yeah.
We took the Body Babes off just so it was a little easier for people to understand and to say, but that is it condensed.
Yeah, and even with that, like the Body Babes portion was, again, just we want everybody to feel like a babe. Like we want you to wake up and feel great about yourself.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It was never something where it was like, you know what I mean? It was never at all like a selfish or a vain thing. It was
we wanted
always
to take like the stigma, I guess is the only word I can come up with, away from the word babes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's a babe, he's a babe. Like, we just wanted it to be like, oh, I feel like a babe today.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel good.
I'm rocking
You know, I feel
Love
strong. I feel whatever. So.
And that goes for both men.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Which I think is incredible. I mean, as a guy, I want to feel confident in my own skin and who I am. And I think I'm probably not the only one.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
So I think that's incredible. Well, wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much for taking the time out and obviously doing this podcast with me. We're going to get this out. We're going to share this. Again, info@itsflexy.
Yes.
Any other ways that people can contact you or reach out to you, get some of your information?
Instagram. You can go to our website too. We've got contact forms on there.
And it goes straight to us. So it's not just like a random person responding. It's like either me or Asia every time. Maybe it'll be Brittany. But like 99% of the time it's us. It's always like a human behind the contact form. So
Awesome. Well, wonderful. Well, this is the Health Rebellion podcast, videocast, and we are here and we are sharing entrepreneurial journeys of wellness and thinking outside the box. So just remember, do not go where the path may lead you, but create your own path and let others follow. I love that quote. And remember that, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
We're not supposed to high five right now. It's Corona.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh no. That's okay, we have hand sanitizer.
Oh, no.
Broke the rules.